Wow, wow, wow. Hunter Biden vindicated from Ukrainian bribery scheme.
A former FBI informant has been charged for lying about President Biden and Biden's son Hunter and their involvement in business dealings with the Ukrainian energy company Burisma. Now, the reason why this is significant is that this individual and his testimony was a major aspect of the claims by Republicans that President Biden himself had benefited from his son's business operations. Let's get straight to CNN's Evan Perez. Evan, what exactly are they saying about this FBI informant?
Well, Jake, the name of the informant is Alexander Smirnov. He was arrested today by the FBI, and according to the FBI, he lied to the FBI when he made some claims, including the fact he said that that Joe Biden received or was getting paid $5 million, and that Hunter Biden was getting paid $5 million in order to assist Burisma, the Ukrainian energy company on which Hunter Biden was serving as on the board of directors back during the time that that Joe Biden was vice president. Of course, that is explosive allegations, and that's what's really fueled the Republican drive to impeach the president. They've also, obviously, this has driven a lot of the allegations that there was corruption, that the former then vice president was corrupt and trading favors when he was the sitting vice president. I'll read you just a part of what the FBI says, but it really comes down to this, right? They say that, in short, the defendant's story to the FBI is a fabrication. They say it's an amalgam of otherwise unremarkable business meetings and contacts that had actually occurred, but at a later date than he claimed, and for the purpose of pitching Burisma on the defendant's services and products. So what the FBI now says, and what the David Weiss, the special counsel, who has charged Hunter Biden in 2 separate cases in Delaware and in Los Angeles. This case is being brought by David Weiss against this informant. What they're saying is that all of that was false, and that he is now facing these charges of false statements and creating a false and fictitious document. Those are the 2 charges that he's facing now in Los Angeles, Jake.
And just to remind folks who Smirnov is, because they might not know the name.
Right.
This was the individual that had claimed that he had been told by somebody who ran Burisma,
right,
that Joe Biden himself was going to get $5 million for all these shady dealings.
Right.
This is the guy that Senator Chuck Grassley was insisting that this FBI report be revealed to the public.
Correct.
This was the guy who basically provided hours worth of content on Fox, especially in prime time. This was the guy who James Comer, the guy who runs the House Oversight Committee, was relying on as a major source of information. And the FBI is saying the guy's a liar. In fact, so much so we're charging him with a crime.
Correct, Jake. I mean, look, again, what the Republicans are saying is that one of the reasons why they were relying on him is that they believed he was credible, that the FBI was using him as an informant, and that gave him credibility. What we're seeing, though, in these documents, in this indictment, is that all of that was fictitious. He came up with this story after Joe Biden became the presumptive candidate for the Democrats in 2020. And of course, after he had already gone to Republicans to make some of those allegations to Chuck Grassley and to others.
Yeah, it reminds me to a degree of during the Brett Kavanaugh hearings when all these people were making wild allegations,
right,
false allegations about the man that is now Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. And then there was this move to just release all this information. Well, allegations are not facts, right, and just because somebody has reported something to the FBI doesn't mean it's true. And we saw all this wild stuff released about Brett Kavanaugh, who was unfairly smeared by a lot of this. Here we have apparently the same situation, except it's against Joe Biden.
Right, exactly. And by the way, I mean, people come to the FBI all the time, make allegations. The FBI puts it down in these documents called the 1023, and that's what Republicans then release to the public.
Yeah, that seems, in retrospect, wildly irresponsible just to release 1023s without any sort of context as to how credible an individual might be. And now we know the FBI thinks this guy's not credible at all.
Right. Made it all up.
All right, Evan Pettis, thanks so much. Appreciate it. A former FBI informant charged with lying to the FBI. Those claims he made about President Biden and Hunter Biden's involvement with the Ukrainian company Burisma. The man, Alexander Smirnov, he's been rather pivotal to the allegations from the chairman of the House Oversight Committee, James Comer, not to mention numerous Fox primetime hosts, that there was evidence that Biden benefited to the tune of millions of dollars from Hunter Biden's business dealings. What's your reaction to this allegation, or rather this indictment?
Well, Jake, I'm not at all surprised. I mean, whatever my Republican friends build impeachment inquiries on, or whatever they build this sort of edifice of MAGA outrage on, eventually turns out not to be true, including, as you pointed out, the whole underpinning of the president should be impeached thing turns out to be, largely resting on lies. Now, I wish I could say that that's going to make a real difference here, because what we know is that you can impeach somebody without any crimes, without any misdemeanors, right? Because we just saw the impeachment of Secretary Mayorkas. Maybe my Republican friends don't like the way he's doing his job, but they, failed in that impeachment to come up with a single example of a high crime or misdemeanor. So, yes, shocking, but not at all surprising, and I don't think it'll change the narrative around here.
Hello friends, we come to the end already. Have you subscribed yet? Yes, press the subscribe button and the like button and the share button. Thank you and have a nice day.